Hello guys, it's Monday, November 26th. I'm gonna try something new this week and actually look into the camera. I haven't been doing that recently. I don't know why. I've just been looking at my face is right here. It's very hard because my face is so beautiful. So I'm gonna be talking about that movie that just came out called Life of Pi. Life of Pi was required reading in my 8th grade English class. Me and Grant and I were in the same English class. Actually still have my copy from 8th grade. It's so I love it. I've read this book about 4 more times since 8th grade, and every time I get something new out of it. This book is such a good story, and it has so much symbolism in it about our lives and how we decide to live them. The story of Pi and Richard Parker, the tiger in the boat, is amazing, and it's so fantastic to read. I love it. But that's not even the coolest part. At the very end, he's talking to the Japanese officials about how the boat went down. And they ask him, and they ask him what happened, and he tells a story about him and the tiger. And when it gets over, they're sitting there come on now, Pi. We need a story people will actually believe. No one's gonna believe that you were on a boat with a live, wild Bengal tiger. So Pi's like, fine guys, I can tell you another story. And he goes on to tell them this crazy other story about him and his mom and a sailor and a cook on the boat. And it's brutal. I mean, in the first story, the animals attack each other and kill each other and eat each other. But they're animals. That's just how nature works. In this story, the people are attacking each other and killing each other and eating each other. And it's insane. The movie kind of allows you to infer. It talks about how the hyena bit off the zebra's leg. And it doesn't really say that the cook bit off the sailor's leg in the movie. But let me tell you, in the book, it sure does. So when he finishes his second story, they're looking at each other talking in Japanese. So the hyena is the cook and the orangutan is the mom, and that means that he must be the tiger, so he killed the cook. They're trying to put together his story into 2 stories. And this is significant for a bajillion reasons. Let me try to explain here. In the very beginning of the book, in what most people probably consider the boring part, Pi's exploring all these different religions. He's, Christian, Muslim, and Hindu. He's getting to know God through as many religions and traditions as possible. His dad's watching him practice all these religions. He takes him aside and he's like, Pi, you need to have faith in something. You can't just accept everything that comes your way and be open to everything and doubt what is real. And he even goes as far as to say I'd be happier if you committed and had faith in something that wasn't what I believe in. If you decided to have faith that there wasn't a God, that's way better, I think, than you just being agnostic is what the word is and being open to anything. So back to the story. When the officials are trying to piece together the 2 different stories into one story, Pi's like, guys, you're missing the point here. These are 2 separate stories, and you can't just try to combine them into one. You need to pick one to believe in. You can't prove which one's true. The choice is yours, but pick one. And this is where it gets really awesome. In a lot of the reviews I read online for the movie Life of Pi, most people were complaining about how it was trying to shove religion and God down your throats. Now I have a serious problem with that, because Life of Pi is amazing because it does not shove anything down anybody's throat. Okay, let's look at the end of the story. Pi says, look, you're trying to figure out how the boat sank. I'm here on this shore of Mexico. The boat did sink and I was there. What happened in between doesn't really affect anything. It's your choice what you want to believe. So if anything, he's not shoving it down their throats. He's handing it to them on a platter of cookies, and they're picking which one they want. Now, one cookie's a gross, burnt oatmeal raisin cookie that nobody wants. The second story with the people in it. And the other one's a delicious, moist chocolate chip cookie. And the first story with the animals in it. The reason this choice comes about is because the author of the book and the director of the movie really stresses in the movie that faith is so important to living life. And what people don't know is these stories represent a lifestyle. Based on the content of this book, I'm going to say those stories represent life with God and life without God. So to all those people who think Life of Pi is shoving religion down your throats, really think about it. Did you feel forced at all to choose that story about the tiger? I mean, did they make you? Or did you just pick it because it's the more optimistic, happy, hopeful story? And with that choice you made in mind, take a look at your own life. Yeah, we're getting deep right now. Get ready for this. Are you living life in a way that's hopeful and optimistic and happy? Or are you just hating on stuff? I mean, is it to the point where you're very just negative and sad all the time? I believe the author of this story was trying to say that life with a God is just believing the better story. Whether or not we have faith in God is our choice that we get to make about our own lives. And I think Life of Pi puts that choice in perspective in such an amazing way, and I love it. And if you guys got anything different out of it, I'm so interested to hear about it because, like Mr. John Green always says, books belong to their readers. I mean, I'm pulling this stuff out of nowhere. Like, this is what I saw in the book. And maybe Yann Martel saw other stuff, and maybe you guys saw other stuff too. Well, I'd say that's all I really have to talk about tonight. I hope you guys loved the movie, and I look forward to seeing your guys' videos throughout the week.